May God's love continue to fill this space and warm our hearts. Amen. Good morning. Yay. So I'm going to start out today by telling you about one of my favorite movies of all time. Brace yourself. It's Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. Yes, it's violent. Yes, it's inappropriate. It's twisted. But somehow, profound and really funny. Now, there's a scene in this movie where the characters played by Uma Thurman and John Travolta are eating cheeseburgers and doing what has become somewhat of a famous little dance. But the thing about this scene is it's not the dance that makes me love it so much. It's a statement about the world and two types of people that happen to be written into the dialogue. Uma's character says there are two kinds of people in the world. Those who love the Beatles and those who love Elvis. You can love both, but there is one you will always pick over the other one. So what are you? A Beatles person or an Elvis person? Now, what strikes me so much about this scene is how often that scenario actually plays out in life. Beatles or Elvis? Morning person or night owl? Introvert or extrovert? Beach person or mountain person? You know, today's lectionary is one that brings me to one of those questions. The lectionary is very specifically focused on the importance of having faith. And I could really make this homily quite short by standing up here and simply saying, God told you, have faith. Then mic drop and walk out. I suppose that would be rather dramatic. And it would hit hard for some people. And it would leave others going, wait, what? And then there's a few of you that'll be saying, yes, lunch is closer. But I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. What I will do is ask you this. Your faith, was it established in hope or in fear? Your core belief in our community of faith is rooted in a likely combination of these two things: fear and hope. At the end of the day, one is likely stronger than the other. And honestly, both work in their own unique ways. The politics of this choice create great divides in theory, in practice, and in value systems. It fuels our human desire to seek comfort in community, to give us a drive to find like-minded people who we can befriend. It moves us to congregate in circles that support our own value systems and thought. Provides us with those moments of both, you know I'm right, and, oh, why do you feel that way? So please bear with me for a moment as I read you an excerpt from today's gospel twice. Once, as I heard it when I was a child. But know this: if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an unexpected hour. The next, the way I heard it last week when I started preparing for today. But know this: if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an unexpected hour. The first, fear. The last, hope. I was raised in a belief system that valued fear. The fear of God is the path to salvation. If you die without publicly declaring your faith, your soul is doomed to damnation. Fear of God will deliver you to salvation and glory, a world of promise with streets of gold. Penance is required for redemption. I can remember not sleeping some nights because those trumpets announcing his return could happen at any second. And if I had just done something, lied, cheated, anything, I would be immediately judged and left behind. That's fear. It's important to note that some people need this fear to give them faith. Personally, I didn't. The fear drove me away, scared me, made me think, no way. How could something so terrible promise glory? So my journey of faith led me to hope. I am a hope person. I'm the second reading of those words. To me, faith is rooted in hope for a better tomorrow. There are people who believe like me, and I know there are people who find my belief too wishy-washy, too lovey-dovey, emotional, even weak. They ask how the Almighty could tolerate that kind of weakness, and that the Word isn't meant for interpretation. It is meant to be as is. So here we are. Beatles or Elvis? Sweet or savory? Hope or fear? They can create a division so deep that war is waged. Wars fought, and sadly, a victor complained or proclaimed. How can this be? It's just a choice. It's a side, a decision we make in order to find our own peace. A decision we make so we can find people to help hold us up and remind us we are stronger than we think. So we can seek a community of support and a network of strength and power. A path to personal comfort and joy, moving us toward those streets of gold. But wait a second, y'all. Maybe we're straying away from the real message here. Perhaps faith isn't born from hope or fear. Perhaps the message of faith is born from God. Faith is born from an understanding that both fear and hope exist. They are equally real, equally powerful, equally driving, and like anything in its extreme, dangerous. When we read the stories of our faith and we learn of the destruction of the communities that turned against God, we are reminded again and again of the fact that if we seek redemption, we will find forgiveness. What if we applied that same concept to the choices throughout this homily? If we start to see the word redemption less as reformation and more as acceptance, then we will find true community, meaningful community, community in difference, community in love, community in understanding. We then are prepared for God. Hours of harmony and peace. Faith in mankind and our differences bring us preparedness for a glorious tomorrow. Amen.